Hey, good morning. All right, thank you guys for joining. Got my screen up. Gab, I hope you like this picture.
It looks great. Thank you so much.
Um, I am also recording the video so I can share the recording with you guys at the end too for anybody who, doesn't join and maybe wants to watch it. And I'll send you the presentation too.
That would be great. Thank you so much.
Good morning, Ashley. Thank you so much for coming. Let me unmute you. Sorry, you're muted. Hold on. Okay, there you
Can
go.
I unmute myself there?
Mhm. Thank you for coming. I know you're with Philadelphia Independence, right?
Yes, uh-huh.
Awesome. You already do an awesome job at your social media.
Oh, thank you.
Welcome.
I always figure there's more to learn, so.
Yes, definitely. We're just going to give it a few more minutes. We have
Yeah,
about, 15 people registered for the event.
that's nice.
Yeah.
But did you host one in at OCD last year or the year before?
Yes. Mhm.
Okay.
It was like in person. Yeah.
In the olden days,
The old
back
days.
when we did.
When we used to gather indoors. Yeah.
We used
Uh,
to sit next to each other.
yeah. Yeah, I think we had a pizza party. It was great.
Like pizza. I don't remember that part. That seems like an important part to remember. Oh,
I always remember the food.
I'm trying to remember now. the key bits there.
Yeah, that one was about like the aesthetic of your Instagram and like kind of creating that brand vibe and everything.
Yeah, yeah, it was kind of I mean there a lot of people that were in it were kind of all over the place, like hadn't
Yeah.
done Instagram at all or
Let's see.
need to find a way to prop my phone. I guess we can just do it
Prop
like
it up.
this.
You got a pop socket?
No, I'm not I'm not like that.
Well, I have a pop socket and I feel like it's giving me arthritis in my hands. Like,
Oh. Yeah, I already have that, so yeah, I don't need
don't need more of it. Let's see. Beth, are you with Old City District 2? Or see. I'll unmute you.
No, I have more than old.
Are you
Yeah.
with Old City District, or are a business
I
owner
have a
yourself?
shop called More Than Old, and I have myself muted because I'm still at home and my cat will join the conversation totally.
No problem. I just wanted to know who you are. Thank you for taking
Sure.
the time out of your day to come.
Well, I hope I'm gonna learn a whole lot. I did the last time you did one, and so I'm excited about this one.
Great. That's awesome. All right. I'll put you back on mute.
Beth, I don't know if you can hear me, but hello.
Yes, I can hear you. Oh, yes, yes.
Right, yeah, it's
Are
Ashley.
you still home, Ashley?
Ashley, how have things been for you?
It's been pretty good actually, which is
Good.
I feel kind of terrible saying.
That's okay. That's great. I'm so happy to hear that. Yeah.
We've been back open a little over 4 months now, like regular hours and everything. So and we already had an online store, so I felt like we were already
Great.
more prepped than maybe some other small businesses. And I
Mhm.
basically, the time that we were closed, I just took that time to get everything in our store online, just to like make it as robust as possible. And that's been all good, you know,
Great.
like,
Email marketing too.
like, I'm terrible at email. That is my like number one least favorite thing to do.
Yeah.
I
Just how you're getting the traffic. I guess it's through social.
just through Instagram.
Awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I and Facebook a little bit, but I basically just post to Instagram and that automatically goes to Facebook. So there's very, very, very little Facebook interaction.
Yeah. With
And we
Instagram,
don't
do
use
you have
Twitter or anything like that.
with your Instagram, do you have your do you have it shoppable so people can it's like linked, the products are linked? Cool.
Yes. Yeah.
Great.
And I don't, I'm curious about the percentage of people that actually click on the product, on the image, and purchase off of their phone essentially versus going onto our website. I might be able to look at analytics like that, but
Mhm.
the funny thing is Instagram doesn't allow masks to be sold online. Like they refuse to approve masks that are sold that aren't medical grade apparently.
Wow.
I've had all sorts of arguments
I feel like it's common like
with
that.
them about it, but
Hey Marissa, thanks for joining us. Sorry, you're muted. I'll unmute you for a quick sec. We haven't gotten started yet, so I think we'll get started at 9:40. I was so excited to give this presentation this morning. I hopped on at 9 a.m. and I was like, where is everybody? Texted Gab and I'm like, oh my God, it's at 9:30.
I gotta tell, I had a little moment that I was like, this is at 9:30, right? Like I had like that moment where I was like, pretty sure it's 9:30.
That's exactly. And then I was like, wow, did I do that on purpose so I was ready? Like,
But that does sound like something I would do.
oh, all right, cool.
I keep all of my clocks at different times just to keep me on my toes.
Thank you guys so much for joining. This is the second workshop I've done with Old City District. A year or two ago, we did one just kind of talking about how to curate your brand aesthetic and create consistent content. So that way you have, this vibe that people feel when they come to your page. I thought that this would be really helpful right now with the holidays coming up and with, COVID. It's a really different climate that we're in right now. But I do think that people are really willing to support small businesses now more than ever. So we're just going to discuss how to optimize both your Facebook and Instagram page. So that way when people discover you, they have all the information they need to either come visit you, purchase from you, make a reservation, or, order food. So everybody kind of wants that information front and center now when they visit your profiles. And that's how we're going to ensure that you guys don't lose any customers. Great, well, I'll get started. And you guys can see my screen okay. I just did these pictures for Old City District. They came out really great. All right, so I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. I am a professional photographer. That's what I went to college for. I studied photography at the Art Institute in Philadelphia. I now have my own business in Between Rivers. For the last 2 years, I do social media management and professional photography services. Okay, Michael's here. Hold on. Yeah. Hey, Mike, welcome. We're just getting started. I am just kind of introducing myself. I'm so happy you can make it. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to be here. So I was saying that I am a professional photographer. That's what my background is in. And what I do is incorporate the professional photos I use into the social media platforms that I manage for my clients. I currently manage 4 restaurant profiles. I love working with restaurants and food, but I have implemented some other talking points for galleries, shops, and salons in this presentation, but you will see a little focus towards restaurants. All right, so enough about me, let's get started. So the holidays are almost here. People are beginning their shopping actually earlier now than ever. So yesterday was Amazon Prime Day, and typically that is in the summer, but with everything going on with COVID and Amazon's supply chains, they postponed Prime Day to yesterday. And this actually triggered other retailers to begin creating Black Friday type of deals throughout October and November, basically starting now. So they were just talking about this actually on NPR about how Amazon, what they do actually has a trickle effect to what other retailers begin to do. So now is the time to actually start promoting and getting creative. And what we're going to talk about is how to optimize your social media platforms so that way when people come to your page, you don't lose a customer. We want them to have all the information that they need to complete a sale with you. So people who are local to the community, they're eager to support small businesses like you, and it's time to engage. A key factors presentation at the end is going to be talking about Instagram engagement. Engagement is now more important than posting. So, when it comes to posting, we want to think quality over quantity. And if you get 2 posts up a week, but you make sure you're engaging every day, that's more important. So we'll get more into that. So the outline, we're going to talk about maximizing your Facebook profile. We're going to talk about coming up with creative special offerings and sales during this time. Investing in Facebook and Instagram ads. You guys can do it. It's super easy now, and I'm going to even explain to you how to set them up and the budget you should have. Tips for your Instagram profile, and then a few tools to just kind of level up your social media if you're experienced, how you can create, better content, graphics, etc. All right. So Solstice is one of my restaurant clients. They're out in Newtown, Bucks County. We're just going to be kind of referencing their page when we're talking about your settings. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the Facebook button. It is circled in red on the page. It says shop now. What I wanted to do for Solstice was change this to order food. So for every type of business, you can edit this button to best suit your needs. And all you're going to do is hover over the button and click edit button. And this is a really helpful tool. It's an action item, and you can see the different options over on the left-hand side. So we have book with you if you're a salon, or if you're a retailer and you want to book a private appointment, you can have it linked to that. You can even have it linked to just contact you, so your email address. Learn more, so it could just kind of link to your website, a specific page. Shop with you, that's going to be for food, for retailers, and you can customize those links where it links out to. Or if you have an app, you can have it say download your app. All right, so that is just one immediate thing that you can update and make sure it's being directed to the page that you really want people to visit. All right, so then when you're viewing your page in the top right corner, you see how settings is circled. That's where we're visiting next, all right? So in the settings, we're going to update your page info. This is really, really important. You want to check it every once in a while. Your hours, making sure your hours are updated, especially during the holidays, is going to be key. Not just on your Facebook, but also on your Google business profile. I'm not going to dive into Google today, but just make sure your business profile, your Facebook, and your Instagram hours are all the same, so you don't create any confusion. So you want to update your description. You can keep it pretty brief, but any information that is new, like for Solstice, they just started offering brunch. They're only offering it on Sundays. So I made sure to put that in the description and what the time it is. Sunday brunch from 11 to 3. So for those who just joined, we're in the settings tab when you're viewing your profile and just making sure your page info is 100% filled out. It's making sure that email is correct that you want people to reach you at, the website, your phone number, hours, service area. There's even an option now for temporary service changes. So you can check that option off and fill out what your temporary changes are. So if you're a retailer and it's like there's only 5 people in the store allowed at a time, or if you're a restaurant and you're doing outdoor dining only, you can select that in your temporary service changes. And you also want to make sure that your price range is set up. They have dollar signs, and that way the customer knows all the information they need to know about you in your about section. Okay, so that is your page info and settings, just making sure that's all correct and up to date. Now we're going to talk about your templates and tabs. When you look at a Facebook page, you have different templates for the types of business that you are. For Solstice, we want the restaurant template tab, and that controls the sidebar here and the items that are listed. So this says home, menu, I have photos, posts, reviews, about. These are all the really important things that I want people to be able to access when they visit our page. So business to business, it could be different and you can actually customize it. So we're gonna go to templates and tabs, and these are the different options. You click edit. So if you're a retailer, you can change it to retail. Restaurants and cafes is an option. And then once you edit the type of template you pick, these are the different tabs that you will have there. So you can click on each setting, you can shut certain ones off, turn them on, and you can move around the order of them. So someone for a retailer, like I think shop would be really important to have up top, and then the about, any events that you have, reviews. So this is really just a personal preference, how you want to customize your menus. And specifically for restaurants now, you can put in a link to your menu tab, and your menu will actually generate on Facebook. So people don't have to click out of Facebook to view what you're offering. So limiting the amount of clicks that people take is huge with getting them to complete a sale or complete a reservation. So that's why optimizing all this and making sure everything's filled in is super important. So these are your templates and tabs. Even if you're not having a specific like event, if you are having a special sale that runs for a few weeks, or if you're doing a special offering, like for restaurants, purchase $25 gift card, get a 10, get an additional $10. You could create that as an event and have it run for as long as that promotion's running. Events are just another really great way to get people on Facebook to engage with you and check out your promotions. So don't always think of events as hosting an event. It can be a special offering as well that you're just trying to garner some attention to. Okay. So we're going to talk a little bit about Facebook posts and just updating your profile. I recommend that your profile photo should always be your logo, just something that is really strong and a graphic that will resonate with your customer. And then the cover photo can be an image. On Facebook, you can actually have a rotating banner now. So one of the tools I talk about for leveling up your social media is using Canva. It is a free graphic design tool. You can pay for a professional version, but they have Facebook covers that you could create. So if you have something enticing for the holidays and you want to add text to it or graphic to it, you can utilize Canva. And so if you just want to stick with one image, I suggest sticking with something that's really strong and impactful. I thought this image of Cafe Olay shows that they're open, their doors are open. We have customers sitting outside, so we know there's outdoor seating. It's a recent photo, and it's a beautiful image kind of showcasing the whole block. So the photo you choose, just make sure it's relevant, make sure it's up to date. Things look different now, whether you're a restaurant or a retailer. And like I said, you can pick one image or you can have some things rotate. So make sure your Facebook cover photo is updated. For Facebook, I recommend 2 to 3 posts a week. Creating Facebook events, I already kind of touched on that. Replying to messages is huge on Facebook. If people ask you a question about your hours, just make sure you're being responsive. And even if it's a day later, you can actually set up automated messages now. It's a little bit more advanced, but when you look into your messaging settings, if somebody asks you about your hours, you can have it automatically reply with your hours. So this is a part of engagement, like I was talking about on Instagram. Just engaging with your customer. If they're asking you questions, acknowledging them is going to be huge. If they comment on a post and they have a question, just make sure you get back to them. As well as check-ins. So with restaurants and even retailers, when people are out shopping or they're dining, they're going to check into your page and you'll get that notification. Make sure you just like it and comment and say, thanks for coming by. Hope you liked everything. And especially if something is negative, it's really important to reply to those things that are negative. Even if you're messaging them privately, just acknowledging what they have to say, apologizing, maybe asking them to come back in and, have a better experience. So we've talked about optimizing the Facebook page, the visual presence, how many posts you should make, and just paying attention to the customers that are engaging with you and acknowledging them. So now we're going to talk about ads because your profile is optimized. It looks great. Thing with Facebook that's great is they own Instagram. So if you create a Facebook ad, it's going to also populate on your Instagram as long as you have your Facebook and your Instagram synced up, which we'll talk about. So I recommend using the Ad Center. It is a super simplified version of creating an ad. It actually helps prompt you for what you need. And it will even pull information from your page to help populate that ad, and you can just customize it. So when you're viewing your page, at up top, there's Ad Center, or there's the Promote button down on the bottom left where the menu is. And you're going to click Create Ad. After you click Create an Ad, this is what comes up. It asks you, how do you want to grow your business? So a lot of times, and it even shows you what's recommended. I always do get more website visitors. For some of my restaurants, they don't offer online ordering. It's just, over the phone takeout orders. So they will have me do an ad that actually pushes them to just get more phone calls. So that would be get more leads. And it will literally be a call now button for them to call into the restaurant. So just depends on what you want to focus on. But a lot of times it's that get more website visitors. So once you click on that, this is what it populates. So it pulled my Facebook cover photo. It pulled my description from my page. It pulled my website link. Now, this doesn't mean I want to just click promote and run with it, but it's a good starting point. And for those who, need help creating an ad, it's helpful. But we do want to customize it. So, if you want to have people shop on your website, and if you're promoting like a specific product, you want to make sure that URL is going right to that page, or right to that product. For restaurant, if you are trying to get people to place an order with you, if you're utilizing multiple ordering platforms, you want to figure out which one is best to put money behind. So if it's Grubhub, DoorDash, whatever you're on, you can actually use that specific link and just link it straight to your Grubhub. Same thing with reservations. You can link straight to your OpenTable or a reservation link. So then you can choose a single image or multiple images, and you can browse your actual Facebook library. So that's things that you've already uploaded. You can also look at stock images, or you can just upload an image as well. You can customize it with cropping. The headline is what's in bold at the bottom. So you can change that. You can change the caption, which is the font on top, the writing on top. And then you can also change this button. So, for example, if it's a retailer like Philadelphia Independence, you want to have the shop now button and get people, to shop now and go to your shop page. Restaurant, you want it to say book with you or order now. So you can customize that button, which is the call to action, and it's very important. So this is just a really simple way to set up an ad. Dollars. I recommend at least $25 a day for an ad, and Facebook will recommend running an ad for 2 to 4 days. So think about those dollars, in a monthly or quarterly basis for you. Can you spend 50 or $100 a month creating one ad? One ad might not equate to $100 in sales immediately, but it will help you learn about what to promote and how to create more ads in the future. So it is also a learning process. But that's just the basics for you guys, especially with the holidays coming up. I think it will be important to be promoting whatever deals you're running or just supporting a small business. So now we're going to talk about the fun stuff, some post ideas and creative things. Restaurants are my specialty. There's a lot going on in Philadelphia with protocols and the dynamic changing. So what are the protocols for dining with you? You want to make sure you're sharing that regularly, whether it's indoor, outdoor, your tables are 6 feet apart, you have all these sanitizing stations and new UV filters in your air system. So just make sure that when people come to your page, they see you're offering socially distant indoor or outdoor dining. What are your safety precautions? How can your guests make a reservation with you right now? Are you offering takeout and delivery? How can they order those things? A creative idea is a gift card offering that a lot of restaurants do. So you pay 25 and receive an extra $10, etc. And you could do different levels of that. Also, holiday meals at home for different family sizes, whether it's Thanksgiving or Christmas, any Jewish holidays, offering just holiday meals at home for different family sizes and trying to specifically market something like that. Um, Shopping, how can customers shop with you? It's super important. Can they shop on your website? Do you have a Facebook shop set up? So if you don't have a website, no problem. You can actually just create a shop on Facebook, upload products and prices, and sell directly through there. Are you offering private appointments? You want to promote that. Are you uncomfortable coming in the store, during regular hours? I can close the store for you and have you come in. Are you offering gift cards? So those are all things to be sharing and posting about now, and especially through the holidays. A creative idea is maybe having holiday shopping parties for groups, so maybe like the days that you're closed or you're not as busy, you can send an email or make a Facebook post and have people reach out to you about booking private appointments to come in with friends and shop. Salons, same thing. What is the process of booking an appointment right now? What is the climate of the salon look like right now? Do you have plastic dividers up? Is your staff rotating, on and off different weeks? Explain the safety and check-in when they'll visit. So, my salon is like, you have to stand outside and call them and let them know when you're there. And then they'll come out, you have to sign a waiver. And so letting people know beforehand what the experience is going to be like when they arrive is huge. And then a creative idea I had for a salon was treat yourself for the holidays, a quarantine refresh. I know that I haven't really gotten my hair cut or pampered myself really since everything that's been going on. So now is the time to treat yourself, or maybe even treat somebody else. So gifting that to your mom or sister or something. All right. Galleries and experiences. It's kind of all the same thing for restaurants, shopping, salons. You might have special holiday hours. You might be doing virtual events and tours of your galleries. What is something creative that you guys could do is also gift card offerings for the holidays or some type of themed tours. I went to the Liberty Observation Deck last year, and they had a Christmas holiday tour where the guides were dressed up like as elves, and in Santa, there was a Santa there. So just making it like holiday themed could be really cute too. So that was a lot. Now we're just going to make sure that your Facebook is synced up to your Instagram, and then we're going to spend the last 20 minutes just talking a little bit about Instagram, and I'll take any questions that you guys have. So on your Facebook account, when you're in those settings, there's an Instagram tab. This is important to make sure that they're synced because 1, you want your Instagram to be registered as a business profile. That's how you do this. 2, you want all the information to be consistent. And 3, when you run an ad, you want to make sure that it's linked to your Instagram account. So that way your ad also appears there. So all you have to do is make sure your business information is synced, and it will just ask you to log into your Instagram account and you'll be all set up. And now we're going to talk a little bit about what this allows for Instagram and what your page could look like. So this is Solstice. As you can see, I have listed the type of restaurant that they are: modern American restaurant, indoor and outdoor socially distant dining, the Sunday brunch, Solstice at home, takeout and delivery. So they know we're offering all these things. Now there's buttons. So since I'm the admin, I can see a little bit more, but there's the contact and order food button. That's why being registered as a business is very important. These are called action buttons. So when you click edit profile, you can edit your action buttons. For restaurants, we have order food, contact, and I think make a reservation. So, you know, for retailers, you want to have a shop now button, you want to have your website linked to it. And with your website linked, you can actually tag products in your photos. Ashley and I were talking about that a little bit. Will people necessarily purchase right there in that moment? Maybe not, but they can click and view the item and get a better understanding of what it is. So I think it definitely is important to tag those items so people can swipe up and look at them, look at the price, and look at the details. So make sure your bio on Instagram just has all the information that anybody would need. You want to limit the amount of questions that you receive on social. You know, you want people to be able to get all the information when they visit your page. So that way they don't bog you down with questions. So your hours, your phone number, email and website, how to make reservations for shop, how to order delivery or pickup. Your highlights. Your highlights should be really clear and informative. Like we have dining with us right now. So when people click on that, it shows the protocols. We take your temperature. We ask you to sanitize your hands. When you get in the restaurant, you have to stand 6 feet apart if you're waiting in line. You know, so whatever you're promoting and how people are going to purchase and engage with you, you want that to be clear in your highlights. And then you can create a link tree. So with Instagram, people will get thrown off sometimes because you can only have one link in there. And, you know, if this is not for you, I would just recommend you leave your website link in there where people can click to order, click to view the menu, etc., click to view, you know, shop. But a link tree will actually allow you to create a menu like this. So when you click on the link tree, this is what pops up and it looks awesome. You have reservations, takeout and delivery, dining policy, a rewards app, and gift cards. These are just links that will link you to the website, you know, these specific pages on your website. So think of this as your link tree is basically your website menu. And, you know, like for a boutique, you might actually have the different categories listed out here. So like you might have kitchenware, babies, birthdays. So that way, you know, people don't have to necessarily click around on your website, but when they open up the link tree, they know where to go. If you're running a special promotion, you know, you want to add that in the link tree as well. So link trees are great. They're a little bit more advanced. They're free as well. So now your Instagram profile is up to date. You're making informative posts. Engagement is more important than posting nowadays, especially as a business. It's definitely quality over quantity when it comes to posting. You want to make sure it's a good image. Engagement is responding to your customers, reaching out to new customers, and finding influencers as well. So influencers can really help you get your name out on social media. In Philly, there's a really, really great community of them. And it's not really like New York where people are going to necessarily charge you to post about your product or brand. But in order to come off sincere, you have to start engaging with them first. So it's not random and you just send them a message and say, hey, can you post about my products? You want to make sure that you follow their account. You want to like their photos, comment on their photos, and respond to their stories if they post something that's great. So they start to see this level of engagement. Oh, wow, this brand is noticing me. They like my stuff. And then hopefully it will be reciprocated. They come to your page, they see what you're about. If they like you, they will follow you. They will like your pictures. They will comment on your pictures. And then from there, it's not awkward to say, hey, we're releasing a new holiday menu. Would you come in and post about it for us? Like, we love what you do. Now you already have formed a relationship with them and it doesn't feel disingenuous, and you know that they actually like what they're posting. So it is a case by case basis, but when I say influencer, I don't necessarily mean somebody who has to have 20,000 followers. I mean somebody who is well known in the community and who is your number one supporter and customer. So you also want to think of them in that way. Who are your super customers? Who's already posting about you that loves you and what you do? If you're a gym and you have somebody that's there 7 days a week and they post on Instagram and tag you in their stories all the time, offer them something. Reply to them, offer them a free class or maybe like a gym bag. Influencers are really your superstar customers, the people who already love you and who are talking about you, and who are going to be spreading your name word of mouth as well. So engaging with people who have a lot of followers can be really beneficial, but I think if you think about it from that more of a simplified version, that's the best way to approach it. So it's not just for influencers engaging, it's also for your customers. So say you're a retail boutique and you want to look for people who are local. I think you should focus on the local community right now, especially with the holidays. Those are the people that are going to want to come out and support you. You want to look at those geo tags. Who has checked into Old City District on Instagram, or who has tagged Old City District in some photos recently? Go to Old City District's Instagram, look at their tagged photos, and just start commenting and replying to the people that are already engaging with Old City District, because you know that they're there, whether they're a visitor or local. I think that's a really great place to start. And the likes, comments, follows, and messages can be very simple. If it's somebody who, it's standing on the street in a cute outfit, you could just say that you love their style. You can even just leave an emoji. But engagement is definitely key. And it makes people feel really special. So yeah, that was engagement. Okay. Talked about Linktree. So these are just monthly repeating post ideas. This is a part of my basic social media strategy. If you don't know what to talk about this week, but you want to make a post, this is great to reference, and will help you kind of fill up your calendar for the month. So there's always Motivation Monday, Music Monday, Mindful Monday, Monday Fun Day is now a thing. Travel Tuesday, Transformation Tuesday, Tip Tuesday. So these are really broad hashtags, but they can relate for any business. Any type of business could use these hashtags. And again, so using hashtags, it's a great way to just generate some more traffic, because these are very common ones that people will use on these days. All right, so we are getting to the end of the presentation. Awesome. I want to talk to you a little bit about Canva. That's how I made this presentation. I love Canva. It allows you to become the graphic designer that you always needed and you could not afford to pay. So anything you need design-wise, you can search for a template here in Canva. You can even create logos, business cards, brochures from here. But as far as social media, you can make Facebook covers, Facebook event images, Instagram posts. You can make animated social media posts, so GIFs. They also have great stock photography. Don't be afraid to use stock photography. And it's just a great way to like upload a beautiful image you have and maybe put some text over it. Canva has a desktop version and they also have an app for your phone. These are some of my Amazon must-haves. So if you love creating content, these are some really great tools to help kind of level up your content. So this iPhone light is fantastic. It's $9. It's something that just clips onto your phone or onto your computer screen, and it's rechargeable. Comes with a pack of 2. Just great to kind of take better pictures. Even if you're taking pictures of food or you're taking pictures of product, just to have a little extra light makes a huge difference. A gimbal or stabilizer. So if you love to create videos, this thing's only $89 and it keeps your phone super still and you can create really smooth, beautiful videos. A ring light with a stand. So that's kind of like the iPhone light I was talking about, but just in a much bigger version. It comes on a stand. And you can actually kind of set your cell phone up in the middle of the light if you're filming videos of yourself or if you're filming videos of other people. That's super helpful. And then a selfie stick with a tripod and timer. So if you're taking photos of yourself or photos of product and you just want it to be a little bit more stable, this is a really, really great tool. Okay. So thank you guys so much. I'm gonna unmute you, and if you have questions, feel free to ask away.
I have a question.
Yes, Ashley.
Maybe a dumb one, but in our Instagram bio, we ask for people to not DM us and just call us or email because we don't receive notifications for DMs, and then it becomes, a thing where I don't see it until, the next day or 3 days later or something. Do other people have this problem? And is there a way to receive notifications? I don't know why I don't.
Definitely a way to receive notifications. Yeah, you should definitely be able to change your settings.
I have tried.
Really? Okay, let's see. Settings, notifications. Yeah. So you would really want to just turn on direct messages. That's more of like the notifications you want to receive.
Okay. I'm talking to you on my Instagram device, so I'll have to look at that later.
Okay. Yes. Just send me an email or honestly just call me. But you can definitely turn those back on. That is.
I'll send you a DM.
Yeah, send me a DM. But yeah, like that is something you do want to be able to reply to. And if you can't get to it, maybe have somebody else from your team just make sure that they can answer. You're like,
can you? Oh, it's just me. Yes.
It's me. Yeah. So I definitely think turning that notification on will be important, and maybe just set aside like a half hour, like in the morning or in the evening when you're just responding to messages. What kind of questions are you getting? Like base silly ones?
Pricing or which is, well, yeah, I mean, pricing stuff's always a little silly because they could just click on the post to see the price.
Yeah. Yeah.
But not everything is on our website, but people asking if something's still available or something can be set aside for them, or generally product-based questions. Like,
yeah.
I receive notifications from people that I follow or people that I've had a conversation with, but if it's a first time person contacting us that we don't follow, that's when I do not receive notification.
Okay, so it's going into the other inbox and you don't get the notifications.
Right.
Well, we'll take a look at your settings.
Sounds good.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much. Gab, I don't know if you have anything or any questions. I know Old City District works really hard to make sure you guys have all the tools you need to be successful, and trying to host some fun events while things are still really tough. But I hope that this helped you guys today, and the presentation was recorded, so we'll send it out to those who didn't attend, and I'll also attach my presentation. And if you have any questions, I'd be happy, to set up a free half-hour call with you guys. So Ashley will get your notifications figured out.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thanks so much. If you have a couple more minutes, do you want to talk a little more about identifying influencers and how to
Of
work
course.
with them a little more?
Yeah, absolutely. So with Instagram, it's really just, Instagram's the best way to discover influencers. And you're kind of going to get on like a rabbit hole searching and looking. So like I said, let me pull up. Are you familiar with what I said when I said use geotags? Are you familiar with that term, Beth? So I'll show you. I just want to grab it.
Sorry, I had lost my mute, and so now I think I got it back. I'm sorry, am I familiar with what?
On Instagram, are you familiar with the term geotag?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. Well, I'm going to pull up. So I was using Old City's account as an example because I think obviously the people that are following Old City Philly and engaging with them, they're involved in the community, they care about the community. So when you are discovering influencers, they will tag like Old City District in their pictures all the time in hopes to be like reshared, reposted. So that's why I was saying we can look at their tagged photos. And so like this girl right here. Okay. She's modeling Tesoro leather. She is a great look. So now I'll just open her page and look at her profile. So she's beautiful photos. She looks more like a model. See in her bio, it says email, DM for booking, let's collaborate, create. So some of them are really like putting themselves out there looking to collaborate, etc. But you also have to make sure you're picking an influencer that will resonate with your customer, that will resonate, with your brand. So then, like I said, when I come here, what I would do is follow her account, go through like her photos. So just like them and then comment like, so pretty, love your style. Okay. So I'm on one of my client accounts, Sushi and King of Prussia. It's just a way to get noticed. And with the algorithm, your posts just like get buried very easily now. So if you're going to spend time on social media, engaging is definitely, I think, going to be more beneficial than overthinking and overposting and stressing out about what to share. Okay, so let's go back. So this is the people tagging Old City District. So this is engagement through tagged photos, right? I'm looking at Old City District, looking at their tagged photos. Now I'm going to do the geotag thing. So let's see. So now I'm in the Old City geotag on the map.
Mhm.
And these are the people that have checked into Old City in their pictures. With selecting influencers or looking at influencers, it's going to be a manual process, literally looking at their photos and then going to their page and seeing what they're about. At first, the top posts come up. So these are the top posts, but they might, some of them sometimes are old. But when you keep scrolling, these are the more recent posts. So this is people checking into Old City. Now these, you want to look and find influencers, but you also want to engage with people who could be potential customers too. So that is finding and engaging accounts through the geotag. Then we did the image tagging. Now we could do hashtag. So you can look, hashtag Philly influencer, 19,000 posts. Beth, what is your customer like? What is the age demo? What do you think would be a relevant hashtag that we could look at for your customers? If it's older, you can do hashtag 50 and fit or flirty over 50. Like you can find hashtags that are like going to be more suited for your customers depending on who they are.
Right. Yeah. No, I look more for hashtags like barware, wine glasses, cocktail shakers.
Okay, so you're selling like antique, like vintage.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Okay, sorry. So for influencers with you don't want to necessarily find somebody who's too fashion focused, but I think you can think about people who post a lot about their home, who love home decor, who love, would you consider it thrifting? Like thrifting. So anyway, looking specifically for influencers, you can use this hashtag, but it will take you going to their accounts and looking at the type of content they post and seeing if, it would be worth the engagement. I'm just going to pull up my friends who I love. They are big influencers, but they're in the area. You should all give them a follow, Alex and Mike. Adorable couple in Chestnut Hill. They post a lot about fashion, but also their home. They're a little bit more like modern style, but this is a great example of finding a photo like this, like, oh, wow. Hey, I love your style. You could comment and be like, we have some really unique pieces like in our store. Check out our Instagram. So definitely just finding people where you go to their page and you're like, oh, I could see, my products here. Like this is their kitchen. They just remodeled their kitchen. So just an example, like I think you might want to find people who love more like home decor. So
That helps a whole lot. Yeah, you've given me some good ideas. Thanks.
Great. Awesome.
Yeah.
Great. Marissa, how are you? Do you have any questions? All right. So you have plenty of time before the holidays. It's October 15th. Try, if you guys need help coming up with any creative promotions, definitely let me know. I would be happy to chat with anybody for a half hour. And I really love helping small businesses tell their story on social media. So if you need any help with any of this stuff, just let me know.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I will talk to you guys soon. And if you need anything, let me know. I'll send a follow-up email with everybody.
Quick question. Hi.
Great. Thank you.
Hi, no problem. Yeah.
Hey, this is Diana. I'm from the Constitution Center. Thanks for doing this.
Of course. Oh, I didn't even see you there.
I jumped in like 10 minutes late. Are you in your follow-up email? Did you record this by chance too?
I did,
So,
yeah.
okay, awesome. Are you plan on sharing?
Yeah, I'll share the recording. Absolutely.
Fantastic, because I'd love to watch back again, and this was really helpful. So thank you.
Yeah. And if you take a look at the recording and the presentation, if you have any questions, I'd be happy to chat with you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. Great. Thank you guys so much. And I will send a follow-up and talk to you soon. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Have a good day, everybody.